It's when she's singing in Tamil that Navani Phillips says she feels most like her authentic self.
I make music in Tamil because that's my mother tongue, and I think it's really important for the younger generation to be proud of their mother tongue because I wanted to make it sound cool, just like you listen to Spanish music in the radio.
Philip, who's also known as Navs47, is part of a new label called Maja, a production house that aims to amplify South Asian musicians and their diverse styles and regional languages. Philip says creating music in Tamil has actually helped inspire young people from the Tamil diaspora to connect with the language.
I hear a lot of people saying that, I want to learn Tamil because I want to understand these songs better. I think that was the best compliment that I've received so far. Oh, I didn't know this word, but I heard in the song, so I started Googling it to find out what you're actually saying. So that was a really, really, really proud moment for me.
And boom, scoop! The label works with artists, dancers, producers, anyone hoping to make music on their terms to incorporate cultural sounds along the way. An opportunity Amalagan Vijayanathan has been waiting for. The artist, who's also known as Ami, is now incorporating his Indian classical music training.
Just having Maja meant an identity that it came with. For the first time ever, I made a song that was completely produced by somebody, and it was with another artist on the label. His name is Sean Vincent DePaul, and it was in Asia. And that was the first time I ever experienced like real production, just different options that we have in terms of delivering the sounds that we want. And I felt like it was such a liberal feeling.
Vijayanathan says he didn't always feel like he had the permission to embrace his culture through music so openly.
When I was in high school, I would, in my headphones, I would listen to a lot of Carnatic music. I'd listen to a lot of Tamil music, a lot of Tamil cinema music. Just the crowd that I was a part of, I didn't feel like it was welcomed as much as it should have been, and so I always felt a little lost in places.
It's all part of Noel Kurtharaj's plan. He started the label with the hope of giving South Asian artists ownership of their music and inspiring young people and their families to see music as a viable career.
You kind of grew up in this environment where you're always told to either become an engineer, doctor, or a lawyer or whatever. So even though music, arts in general is a big part of our culture. Do you mean? Okay.
He says there may have been a time when it wasn't cool to listen to Tamil music because it wasn't associated with the mainstream, but says that's changing.
Now that we've been here long enough as a community, you have friends and your kids are growing up very in an integrated fashion where you are now exposing your music to them and vice versa. And for kids who may be born here, who may not have a direct connection to the language or even the culture, now this is going to make them curious. And definitely they're going to feel comfortable to go explore it more openly.
For Vijayanathan and Philip, they hope their music is going to help young Tamil people feel more comfortable in their own skin.
I struggled so much because I felt like, I don't belong there, I don't belong here. And Tamil we say Andaram, right? You're always in the middle, you don't know where to go. So I felt that when I was much more younger and I first came to Canada, and I don't want the younger generation to feel that way.
Kirtana Sasidaran, CBC News, Toronto.
And we want to hear how you are connecting to your cultural roots. You can get in touch with us through Instagram.